So tonight I wanted to talk about communication, and this is something that I've been thinking about for, a few days now because, as I've said, things tend to come up in groups in my practice, and recently I've had here come the dogs because I'm talking and they think I'm talking to them. Uh, Recently I've had a couple of instances where a client was trying to accomplish something with another party, and it required a communication to that other party. And the in both of these cases, the client's relationship with that other party hadn't always been extremely joyful, and in part that was because of the way that the client in both of these instances had been communicating with that other party over several months, and in one case over several years. And you know, sometimes I say that I was raised by wolves, and I really had to learn how to walk into someone's office and talk to them. And I had to learn how to communicate with people in a way that would elicit the response that I was, going for. One of the things I do as an attorney is I provide that communication skill. So at any rate, in one case, I actually wrote the email for the party, and she got exactly what she wanted from this other party. I wrote the email for the client. In the other case, the client sent the email out and copied me on it, and I told the client that she was not going to get what she wanted from the party, and of course she didn't. I then took over the communication and tried to smooth it out. So let me give you some tips of things that I use. And this might sound like common sense, but it's really important, especially right now. People are, extra stressed, and I see this all around me. I see it on social media. I see it driving. I see it, out in public, going to the grocery store, wherever I go. People are stressed, and people are reacting strongly in ways that they might not necessarily react under other circumstances. So we have to keep in mind that there's a human being on the other end of that communication, whether it's oral, you're speaking to them on the phone, on Zoom, or in email or text, which I try to keep text to a minimum and just for logistical things. But at any rate, remember there's a human being on the other side of the communication, and we don't know what their emotional state is. We don't know what they've been going through. We don't know what's happening in their life, what kind of stress they're dealing with. So we want to, when we start that communication, all communication has a purpose. And it's because we're looking for some kind of a response, even if it's just information. So in order to start managing the communication and managing the response so that we get what we want to start by saying something positive to put that person in a good frame of mind, and so they will listen, read, absorb the rest of the communication. And I'm not suggesting that we be disingenuous, but I'm suggesting that we look for something positive to say, whether it's thank you for your email, thank you for your question, thank you for your attention to this matter, I appreciate that. Something to put them on a positive note. Then make the request that you have. Sometimes I use, especially if the communication, now my cat wants to get into the act, especially when the communication's been ongoing for a while, the other party might have, given you some information that didn't make sense to you. A line that I often use is, I'm confused about X because of this fact. And that's a way to ask a question without saying, what the hell do you mean by that? Make the request and then end on a positive note again. Thank you so much for your consideration. Thanks in advance. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to moving forward with this negotiation in a positive vein. Anything like that. So this is a Maillard sandwich. We put the sweet bread on the top and the sweet bread on the bottom, and we put the meat in the middle. So give that a shot and let me know what you think of it. And, take care of yourselves, beloveds. Um, this too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever. So let's keep going. Let's keep being nice to each other, and let's keep that human touch.